What's up, guys? So I finally made the decision to get rid of my Hyundai Sonata. This car is very unreliable. It already had multiple issues and I had to fix them. And so now I'm just trying to get rid of it before I have another issue, because I did more research on this car and they be having issues like back to back. So I just got to take my L and get rid of it ASAP and probably buy another car that's more reliable, like a Toyota, or fix my other cars that has an issue, instead of, you know what I mean, just keep throwing my money into this car. And I have another Hyundai that actually performed really well, that's been doing great for me. It's been on Turo for a year and 2 months, and I've already made like over 6K with just that one car alone, and it's a Hyundai Accent 2016. And the car looks very cheap, but actually does decent. And so this car, I like the look of this car, but it's just not reliable, and he already had more issues than my other Hyundai. So I'm gonna be getting rid of this one. All right, so I've already listed the car on Facebook Marketplace for $5,500, and if somebody hits me up for like $4,900 or $5K, I'm most likely gonna be taking that, because I am trying to get rid of this car quick and move on past it, you feel me? All right, so this car does drive very well, but like I said, I'm just trying to get rid of it because this 2015 Sonatas are like unreliable. They be having multiple issues, so that's why I just gotta get rid of it, man. So I'm most likely going to try to save up for a Toyota or a Honda, or just focus on the 3 cars I already got. So I have 3 other cars. So the Ford Fiesta needs a Cadillac converter, and then the Nissan needs the AC. So I'm probably most likely going to be fixing the Nissan up and taking my losses on this car, so I can get at least 4 to 5K back. So although this car looks much better than my Hyundai Accent, it just has like mechanical issues, and I fixed it up, and they're known to have like transmission issues and other issues mechanically. So most likely gonna be getting rid of this car, but I really do like the look of it, how it looks, the outside, and I like the exterior and interior look of it. But like I said, man, they're just unreliable, so I'm gonna have to just take my L on this and get rid of it as fast as possible. All right, so the one car I've been looking into is a Toyota Camry 2014, 2015. I like the look of those cars, and they're probably gonna be more reliable than this, most definitely. And so I'm gonna start saving up to get a Toyota Camry or even a Toyota Corolla, and get it like a 2014, 2015 year, and try to list that on Turo. But that's something that I have planned like towards the future. Right now I'm probably just gonna focus on the 3 cars I already have, which is the Ford Fiesta, the Nissan Sentra, and the Hyundai Accent. And out of all my cars, the Hyundai Accent is the only one that's been performing very well, which that was a very cheap car to buy, and it's a very cheap car to fix, and just been making me money like from last year all the way till now. And right now it's currently on a trip, so that car gets booked quite often, and I make anywhere between like $500 to $800 a month, and I paid $3,900 for that car. And I had some work done, but it is nothing serious. Like with this car, it would have like mechanical issues, and then, you know what I'm saying? So if I fix one thing and then another thing happens, I just can't keep wasting money fixing one car. So that's why I just gotta get rid of this car. And especially just because if I put money towards fixing it now, I have a feeling like down the road something else is gonna go wrong with it, because they are unreliable. So I'm just gonna keep the one Hyundai that's been doing good. But I low-key been thinking about selling that car as well, but that car actually been doing well, and that car is much cheaper like when it comes to the parts than this car. because that's like an older looking car. All right, so once I sell this car, I'm actually scaling down. So I have 5 cars. The Chrysler transmission got damaged, and Turo is still going through the process claim, and because it was a total loss, so that's why it's taking so long. And then this car, I'm gonna get rid of this car, and then I'm gonna have 3 cars, which is gonna be my Ford, my Nissan, and the Hyundai Accent. Those 3 cars. And right now in my life, how things are going, I actually feel like scaling down is a good choice for me and the right decision, because I just feel like I can't handle more than 2 cars, although I'm gonna have 3. But I'm gonna just have 1 sitting on the side and just work with 2. So that's been like my plan for a while now, just to have 2 cars on Turo, just to, you know what I'm saying, make a little over 1,000 every month like I was doing before, because I was actually comfortable with making that much every month, and then whatever else I make from my side jobs. So with Turo, my goal is just to make 1,000 a month and just stack up, and then hopefully get my 3rd car on there. So I'm probably gonna have 3 cars on Turo for a while now. From the start, the one biggest mistake I made was scaling way too fast, and I couldn't handle that because I didn't have the money to if someone went wrong with all these cars at like the same time, I definitely didn't have no money to fix all of them up, you feel me? So if I have 2 to 3 cars, I'll be able to handle that. If something goes wrong, fix it up, put it back on Turo, make my money back, and then start making profit. So that's what I'm gonna be focused on from now on. So my Turo journey, luckily I had 2 reliable cars, which was the Chrysler 200 and the Hyundai Accent. With those 2 cars, I made over 15K. And the Ford Fiesta, I feel like is reliable. I've already had like a transmission issue once, and for a second I thought that it was not reliable, but ever since I have fixed it, it's been a year and I haven't had any other issues. And with the Nissan Sentra, those, I don't know much about those cars, but I low-key think those cars are a little unreliable too. That's what my mechanic was telling me. And the first thing I was thinking was getting rid of my Nissan Sentra. The only thing is though, I do want to make my money back that I put into that car on fixing it. And once I get my money back, I'm probably going to sell it and try to break even. So with the Nissan Sentra, I'm just trying to break even. I'm not even trying to make no money from that car, because right now it's sitting at like 140,000 miles, and hopefully I can make 2K back, close to 3K, and just list it for 2 to 3 grand and just get rid of it, because that car, I'm already having a feeling like it's not very reliable. Although it did good for me with like deliveries. I've had it for a year and I've been doing deliveries on it, and the only work I had to get done was the suspension. And so right now it has like new suspension components, and the only thing I gotta fix up is the AC. So right now I'm most likely gonna fix that car up, because it's the cheapest one to fix. The parts on that car are actually very cheap, and after that probably fix up my Ford Fiesta. But Ford Fiesta is very expensive right now because I need an OEM Cadillac converter, and the total for that is like $2,200, and then I gotta do the 2 back windows. That's another $1,000, so like that's a total of $3K. And I'm just hoping my AC on the Nissan is like something simple to fix up. And you know what I'm saying, hopefully it's the compressor or something. Even then it'll probably be like 800 to 1,000. Yeah, so I'm gonna use some of the money I get from selling this car to fixing up my Nissan, because I just have too many cars sitting, and this car is unreliable. So but it's working right now. I had got everything fixed up, but I'm gonna get rid of this car because it has the ACV value on this car is like around 8K, I think, and then I'm gonna be selling it for like 5K, because for like the 8K. That's how much the used dealerships are selling it for. I'm gonna sell it private for like 4 to 5K, whatever I can get quick, because I am trying to move a little faster since I had cars just sitting for a while. And yeah, so like I gotta get the Turo Bennett back together, man. All right, so if you guys watched one of my past videos, I was saying I was gonna start over with 2 cars, and so I'm gonna be starting over. And my next step is to try to get rid of this the Nissan Sentra. So I'm gonna try to break even, make my money back for fixing it, and try to sell it for like 2 to 3K, and try to break even with the Nissan Sentra. And I'm gonna show you guys how much I was making every month with the Nissan Sentra and why I'm deciding to break even and getting rid of that car. All right, so the Nissan Sentra was one of my first cars, and this was my first car that was listed on Turo back in July. As you guys can see, I only made $452 my first month, and then in August I made $463, and then my earnings kind of dropped right here because I had car issues, which I had fixed up. I think it was like, I forgot what it was, but I know around this time is when I had the AC issue, and ever since then I haven't really been able to fix the AC. But I've only made $1,190, and I spent almost 3K fixing up this car with the suspension, and along the way I had to fix up a Cadillac converter. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Around this time I had to fix up a Cadillac converter, and then the AC went out, so I spent almost 3K on the Cadillac converter and the suspension components and everything like that. So this car, it was like my lowest performing car, and I was only making like around $400 a month. So that's why I'm trying to break even and get rid of it. All right, so once I get rid of the Nissan, the 2 cars I'm gonna have on Turo and start over with is the Ford Fiesta 2015 and the Hyundai Accent. So the Hyundai Accent been doing well, been getting booked, and I've been making money every single month, all profits. I haven't had nothing recently, just maintenance. I got 2 new tires, and I'm making about $500 to $800 a month. And the second car I'm gonna keep is the Ford Fiesta, although I gotta fix the Cadillac converter and the 2 back windows. I'm gonna keep this car because it was actually performing very good. I'm gonna show you guys how much I made my first month. All right, so when I first listed this car in March, I made $810 in my first month, and then I was making $437 in April, and then $543 in May. And the reason my earnings dropped a little bit is because I had like check engine light on, and then I had to snooze the car and go fix it up. But it was for the Cadillac converter, and I need an OEM part, so that's what I'm gonna be doing after I fix the Nissan, is get this car fixed up. So I made $1,790 in 2025. All right, so the Nissan Sentra was one of my first cars, and this was my first car that was listed on Turo back in July. As you guys can see, I only made $452 my first month, and then in August I made $463, and then my earnings kind of dropped right here because I had car issues, which I had fixed up. I think it was like, I forgot what it was, but I know around this time is when I had the AC issue, and ever since then I haven't really been able to fix the AC. But I've only made $1,190, and I spent almost 3K fixing up this car with the suspension, and along the way I had to fix up a Cadillac converter. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Around this time I had to fix up a Cadillac converter, and then the AC went out, so I spent almost 3K on the Cadillac converter and the suspension components and everything like that. So this car, it was like my lowest performing car, and I was only making like around $400 a month. So that's why I'm trying to break even and get rid of it. All right, so the Hyundai Accent was one of my most reliable cars, and as you guys can see, in 2024 I made $3,626. Although I had a few issues here and there that I fixed up, but ever since, this car has been doing good. And I'm gonna show you guys how much I made in 2025. And in 2025 I've made almost $5 grand. So this car has been doing great for me. I've already made over like 8K. So I spent $3,900 on the car, and then Everything else I got fixed up for like 3K. Throughout the year, I got multiple things fixed up. So I know I spent around like 3K, but once I sell this car for like another 3K, I'll be able to get all that money back from when I bought it. So this is gonna be a profitable car. All right, so when I started out my Turo journey, I was buying cheap cars, and luckily 2 of them were reliable, and I was able to make over 15K. And this time I'm gonna scale down, get back focused, and focus on 2 cars, and scale up from there. So that's my plans. And then after that, after I scale up with those 2 cars, start buying reliable cars, do more research, and buy a Toyota, buy a Honda. But yeah, so that's my plans, man. So y'all subscribe to the journey. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace.